Every new rapper has a dream of instantly stepping into the game with no frills and immediately bubbling without much hassle or turbulence, so to speak. But truth be told, that basically never happens, and the rise to the top is filled with trials and tribulations that are sometimes unimaginably painful if you're not prepared. Now, as YouTube's most subscribed channel on teaching the science of how to rap, almost 10 years deep in the game, we're confident that this can't miss tutorial on 10 mistakes every new rapper makes and how to avoid them will be exactly what you need to get your mind right for success and avoid that pain. So here's the deal. If you lock into this video, soak up these warnings one by one, you're stacking the odds in your favor. You'll sidestep the blunders that derail the dreams of roughly 99% of artists, a harsh reality that sees 99% of musicians falling short in their pursuit of fame, mostly because they stumble into these exact pitfalls. So without further ado, let's get into it with mistake number 1, not studying the craft. Many aspiring artists fixate on a couple of their favorite rappers, immersing themselves in the world of just one or two styles, and it becomes their inspiration to rap. They get obsessed with these artists, but they don't cultivate a deep appreciation or understanding of the broader genre and its culture. Here's what happens. These rookie rhymers try to mirror the style of one or two artists or flow on a single type of beat. They wind up being a carbon copy, lacking originality and adding nothing new to the mix. Or when the time comes to cook up a full mixtape or album, one that could potentially attract a fan base, they're lacking. Why? They don't have the broad range of skills required simply because they haven't put in the work to study the craft. They haven't endured the necessary struggle of mastering the various styles that contribute to being a dope artist. Understand this, rap is literally the most elastic genre, and it encompasses an enormous variety of musical styles. It can be fused with practically any other genre. So if you're not dedicating time to study not just rap, and yeah, we're not just talking about rap here. If you're not soaking up other genres, understanding the song structure and applying that to your own, like many of the greatest rappers have all done, you're setting yourself up to fail. Now, in my humble opinion, the number one resource for anyone looking to learn about the art of rapping and truly delve into the craft is right here. This channel is your masterclass. We've got nearly a decade's worth of videos to guide your journey, so props to you for already getting to work right here, right now. Now, mistake number 2 new rappers make that you gotta avoid is neglecting networking. Next on deck, the second blunder, overlooking the power of networking. Now let's clarify what networking means in this context. People often assume networking implies hitting up conferences or laying down a freestyle for the local producer to be considered networking. Nah, it's more than that. One massive misstep many rappers make is believing they can climb to the top just solo by themselves under the self-made banner. Sure, a bunch of artists talk about being self-made and some even making it their brand, like you remember the Self-Made series from MMG, Rick Ross's label. Yet in all honesty, every successful rapper has a squad. Every one of them collaborates, has mentors and OGs, and more importantly, every rapper leads their team. If you're neglecting networking as a fresh artist, you're probably also slacking on self-promotion, failing to reach out to everyday folks on the street. Transitioning from an aspiring artist to a fully realized one means showing people that you're not just committed, but also innovative and carving your path. So how to forge beneficial industry relationships? First off, it's a no-brainer. You gotta bring dope music to the table. But secondly, when you come across someone online or in real life who you believe has skills, offer them something of value. Like even in my own life, I was involved in creating an album for a business and I was getting paid a lot, and we were at an event in the Hollywood Hills and we got in touch with a producer who came up to the spot. I didn't know how big this guy was at the time, but he's a multi-platinum Grammy nominated producer on the low, like not one of those household names, but I heard his music and I thought it was fire, and I told the business right then, right there, like this is the guy y'all need to mess with. This is who we need to invest in for this project. I vouched for him, insisted he was the talent we needed, and fast forward to now, we've got a lifelong friendship. We done traveled the world together, and as I said, just purely off of offering that that value, not knowing how big he was already. I have an industry connect at the highest levels of the rap game just through that friendship. So it comes down to this: offer value, give more than you take, and that's the networking game. Mistake number 3 is lack of originality. This is huge. We're smack in the middle of what could be labeled the auto-tune era, where it might seem like everyone sounding the same, and sure, plenty artists do seem to mirror one another, especially in the realms of auto-tune and trap. However, even in the middle of this auditory sea of similarity, these artists are usually bringing something unique to the table. It could be their distinctive narrative, a standout fashion sense, or a voice that sets them apart. Even though they may rely heavily on the same auto-tune plugins, they still got that one other factor that sets them apart. On the flip side, there are a lot of newbie rappers who try to mirror established artists, mimicking their style almost exactly. Like, think about those who try to emulate Eminem's flow like note for note, or attempt to repackage their life story in the style of Shady, or people who try to be just like Drake with certain flows and certain lyrical structures, and they don't know, and it started from the bottom type stuff, and his OVO 40 beat choices. As a new rapper, one of your first tasks should be to identify your influences, sure, but also pinpoint aspects that can set you apart. Maybe you're vibing with Drake's flow because he's one of your favorites, but you decide to switch it up and use like Kanye style sample heavy beats with the Drake flow and etc. Or perhaps you're more inclined to use auto-tune like many of today's artists, but you decide to lace your lyrics with more bar heavy verses, unlike most auto-tune trap that you hear. So the goal here is to experiment and blend various elements, carving out your own space in the crowded hip-hop landscape. Now, mistake number 4 is poor stage presence. This one is crucial. There's a common pattern among new rappers. I call it the bedroom rapper phenomenon. What happens is essentially they start getting skilled at rapping or freestyle. Maybe they're killing it on Instagram Live, or they go off the top at a party and they know how to get into it. But when it comes to commanding a stage, they hit a wall. You gotta realize the majority of your cash flow, especially the cash that lands directly in your pocket, not held ransom by the label, comes from live shows and touring. Not from streaming, not from music videos, but from hitting the road and setting stages on fire. Performing live and connecting with your audience is one of the most rewarding experiences of being a full-time artist, so it's worth putting in the effort to level up your stage presence. The good news is, in our best-selling artist training, we actually have a step-by-step live performance free bonus class where I will guide you through the skills I learned while going on a 15-country world tour performing on 3 different continents. It comes as a free bonus if you click the first link in the video description and sign up. Mistake number 5, not investing in quality production. This is very important as well. Many novice rappers not only shy away from splashing out on high quality beats, they get cold feet when they see that $500 price tag on an exclusive beat or anything above $750 or even more, but they also struggle to identify what good production sounds like. This is why I always tell up-and-coming artists, immerse yourself in other genres like we said. Understand the resonance of a real grand piano in a concert hall. Train your ears to pick up the intricacies of quality drum programming from a real Roland Phantom or a real 808. Equip yourself with the knowledge of what high-grade production truly is instead of just blindly following the flavor of the month. Now, regarding affordable yet quality production resources, as I always stress, as long as you're not trying to profit off of your tracks, there are a ton of producers online whose beats you can use for non-commercial purposes. Lay down some bars, share some of your creations, and if you're really vibing with a producer's work, don't hesitate to reach out. If you show them you're serious about your craft, they'll be more likely to collaborate. So remember, investing in production is not a corner you want to cut. Mistake number 6, overlooking branding and marketing. This is a major misstep, especially common among the more lyrical miracle crowd. They tend to settle for like a cheap Fiverr logo that they can find, and they resort to spam marketing tactics like blasting, check out my track under any viral tweet they can find that ain't got nothing to do with rap. Not only is this super cringe, but it also undermines your credibility as an artist. Consider this: branding at its essence is a collection of words or images that, when thought of or seen by someone, immediately bring you specifically to mind. It's your musical marketing signature. It's about crafting an entire universe for your fans, something that they want to invest themselves in. For a detailed dive into branding, we've got a comprehensive video breakdown that I'll link in the second link in the video description. But always remember, branding isn't just about a catchy name name or cool logo. It's about creating a universe your fans want to be part of. Now let's pivot to pitfall number 7, and this is a major one: inconsistent work ethic. You knew this was coming. Look, if you're not living and breathing rap on the daily, you're just not going to reach a level where you can make waves in this industry. There's too many people trying to get good at this and trying to blow up and getting good at it. I mean, I see it all the time. People hide behind the guise of perfectionism and rattling off phrases like quality over quantity, but 9 times out of 10, these are just crutches used by people unwilling to put in the necessary work. Laziness, plain and simple. Think about industry titans like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, who take their sweet time to craft masterpieces. But have you ever heard them label themselves as a perfectionist? Sure, they strive for excellence, but they don't let this quest for perfection paralyze their creativity. They release their work. Consider Dr. Dre and Eminem, arguably rap's most notorious perfectionists. But they're not sitting around twiddling their thumbs, they're hustling and still making music. Now let's take a more recent example on the flip side: Jay Electronica. This guy's inconsistent work ethic was so well known, Jay-Z literally had to step in. Billionaire Jay-Z had to step in and make a joint album with him just to get his music out there. So if you want to be Kendrick, Cole, or Eminem and not just have one album, even though you might get Jay-Z to work with you like Jay Electronica, but if you want to be a legend like Kendrick, Cole, or Eminem, you gotta be consistent. That's why our Master the Art of Freestyle Rap in 2 weeks or less course is incredible. We provide daily drills and objectives to help you cultivate a steady work ethic. Every single day, you'll get a mission, you can practice, and by the end of the 2 weeks, you'll be freestyling like a pro. So you can pick that up by visiting the 3rd link in the video description. Now, number 8 is not protecting your work. It's a huge mistake, and it happens all too often. Rap history is littered with stories of artists getting caught in bad contracts or seeing their dreams stifled due to legal issues. It's almost a cliche as classic as a rags to riches story in rap. Therefore, it's crucial for you to understand how to protect your music legally. Here's a basic rule of thumb. If you own the beat, or you created the beat, and you've written lyrics and have some kind of recorded version, even if it's not high quality, you have a pretty good level of protection in most copyright situations. I'm not a lawyer, of course, but that's what we've heard, and that's what I've always done, and it's been good for me personally. But that's why it's vital that you save your lyrics and recordings. If you can prove you penned a song and had a recording of it a year before somebody else released anything suspiciously similar, you have a strong case. Protecting your work goes hand in hand with respecting the craft, so don't overlook this crucial step. And let's move on to a very similar and even deeper one in number 9, neglecting the business side of music. It's ridiculously common to hear from older or more experienced artists about how they got financially taken advantage of early in their careers. Names like recently, Kanye West, Megan Thee Stallion, or even somebody in another genre like Taylor Swift, and many others have all been embroiled in high-profile disputes over their music rights and earnings. Rap, like any other genre of music, is as much a business as it is an art, and if you don't understand where your money's going or what percentage you're entitled to, you could end up like many other talented artists who see little to no profit from their hard work. I mean, think about it this way: if the majority of experienced artists are warning you about the perils of neglecting the business side of music, there's no reason to think, oh, we're so much better. I mean, dismissing their advice because you think you're different or more fortunate than them is a mistake within itself. Take their experiences as lessons, learn from their mistakes, get educated about the music business, contracts, rights, and royalties, and always, always, always get a trustworthy legal counsel to look over any contracts before you neglect them. Neglecting the business side of music isn't just a mistake, it's a misstep that could cost you your career. And mistake number 10 is not engaging with fans. Engaging with your fans is an essential part of building a dedicated and loyal fan base, but this doesn't mean just spamming people with your music. It means building a genuine community with your audience. The truth is, fans love to feel involved and connected to the artists they love. While it's true that established artists like Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole might not be as active on social media, that's because they already have teams working behind the scenes in marketing and doing that sort of direct-to-fan engagement. They also have the luxury of already possessing a dedicated fan base. You, on the other hand, as a new rapper, it's your responsibility to be accessible and engage with your audience until you can be on that level like a Cole or Kendrick. This can mean replying to comments on social media, hosting live chats, or even creating exclusive content for your fans. Remember, your fans are the people who will support you, buy your music, and attend your shows. They're the ones who are going to spend their last dollar to help spread your music and grow you to other fan bases. And also, don't forget to give your fans a name. This can create a sense of unity and belonging among your followers, which can enhance their loyalty and direction. And lastly, as we've already said, keep the music coming. Inconsistency in releasing music can lead your fan base to losing interest, unfortunately. Stay fresh in their mind with new content, whether it's a full song, a freestyle video, or behind the scenes footage. The more you engage, the stronger your fan community will be. Now, I want to see in the comments, which mistake on this list have you made most commonly in music? I made all of them. That's why I know this will work if you just follow what we said. And of course, if you found value in this, visit the video description to get more direct training from us here at How to Rap. I'm your host, the Big Homie Drew. I'm out.